Finding linear equations from words. We will still be looking at putting lines into the form y equals mx plus b. So m, if you recall, is the change, and b is my start value. So we want a function modeling the income with a monthly salary of $1,200 plus $2 for every hour worked. So we're going to call this an income function with respect to time worked. And I know I'm going to make $1,200. In addition to that, I'm going to take and make $2 for every hour worked. Now that's real specific. It shows income versus time. If I want to generalize it, it's y equals 2x plus 1,200. We always kind of like to switch that around, although you don't have to, but I like to see it in the form y equals mx plus b. Function modeling a phone bill, and I'm charged $22 plus 3 cents per minute. We must be careful. We're looking at dollars and minutes, or excuse me, cents per minute, so we need to make sure our units are the same. So specifically, the cost of my bill is based on the number of minutes I talk, and I know regardless I'm going to have to pay $22 per month, and in addition I'm going to pay 3 cents per minute. So $22 per month plus the 3 cents per minute. If I want to write this, generally speaking, 3/100ths x plus 22. If I'm given values, how do I find the equation of the line? Y equals mx plus b. I'm trying to then replace the m and the b. Well, in this equation, I have a slope of 4. I already know m, so I'm going to go ahead and write that down. Y equals 4x plus b. And they've also given me some additional information. They've given me an ordered pair. In this ordered pair, x always comes before y, so the 3 is an x coordinate and the 2 is a y coordinate. It must satisfy this equation if the line is going to pass through the point 3, 2. So substituting 3 in for my x position, 2 in for my y. This y becomes a 2 because that was a point that needed to satisfy this equation. 3 is an x coordinate that must satisfy. Now I have a simple equation to solve for b, moving 12 to the other side by subtracting 12. I get b is equal to a negative 10. Now I have all the information. Y equals 4x minus 10. You also could write it as 4x plus a negative 10, either way. And now I see my start value and my slope. A line passing through 2 points, so I don't have my slope. However, I know I need to find that. If I'm going to complete y equals mx plus b, I must find my slope. Finding slope, change in y over change in x, rise over run if I have a graph, or y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I'm just going to take these points in the order that they are. y2 minus y1, 5 minus 1 divided by x2 minus x1. 5 minus 1 is 4. 2 minus a negative 3 ends up creating a negative 1. Dividing that, my slope is a negative 4. So I've really completed half of what I needed. I need to find b. So now it's very similar to the problem above. I have my slope. However, I need to find this y and x so that I can find my b value. I have 2 ordered pairs in which to choose from, an x and a y. Doesn't matter which one because both of them need to satisfy this. I'll try the 3 and the 1. The y coordinate is a 1. The x coordinate is a 3. And I need to find b, my y-intercept. Multiplying, adding 12 to each side, my y-intercept is 13. y equals the slope I found from my equation and the y-intercept I found from using one of the two ordered pairs given. Doesn't matter which one, you just must make sure that you put the y-coordinate in for y and the x-coordinate in for x. Now, if I'm given a table, first of all, how do I tell if this is going to have a linear type model? Well, linear means constant rate of change. The rate of change in my foot length looks to be 5 centimeters, 5 centimeters. So it's going up by a constant. So it looks to me like my change in x is 5. Let's find the change in y. Change in y is 25 centimeters for each time. So there looks like to be a constant rate of change. So change in y, which I found to be the 25 centimeters, over change in x, which is the 5 centimeters, gives me a slope of 5. Y equals 5x plus b. Now, again, it turns out to be the same type of situation from the two above. I need to find b, my y-intercept. Do I have some points? Yes, I do. Here's an x-coordinate, here's a y-coordinate. I could have used 35 and 200. 25 and 150 are smaller numbers, so those are the ones I'm going to choose. Putting y in, which was 150 when my foot length was 25. So x then becomes 25. I always like to think of 25 as quarters. If I have 5 quarters, I have $1.25. Solving for b, looks like b then becomes 150 minus 25, which is 25. Now I have all the information I need. I have my b value given the slope. So the equation of this line is y equals my slope plus my start, or my b value. Don't forget, when writing linear equations, you must have an x and a y coordinate in the equation unless it's vertical or horizontal. Don't forget to put the x next to the slope.